Hi, my name is Cindy Seitz-Krug and I'm an instructor for iquilt. And today I'd like to share with you my trick for doing binding on a curved edge quilt. You can see this little quilt has these beautiful curves and it adds a lot to the quilt, but trying to do a normal binding with double folded, it just doesn't work out so well. So I have come up with a technique that works really well and I'm going to share that. So for curved edge quilts, we always have to cut bias strips because they're stretchy and they can move around the curves on the edge. So I cut my strips at 2 1/4 inches, and then you cut enough to go around the edge of your quilt and piece them all together. And once you get your whole length of binding pieced together, what we're going to do is take that over to the ironing board and press it in half just like you normally would. You want to make sure you take your time, get those edges even, and press it good. And if you have a loose weave fabric, use a little starch on it because you really want this fold here to be good and crisp. So once you get that all pressed, you're going to end up with this. And this looks like your normal piece of binding. But here's where we change things up a bit. At this point, take some scissors that you like. I like the little ones. And you're going to start trimming away on one side of that binding and just leave yourself about 1/4 inch down here. Trim it all the way up. And once we get through with this, we're just going to throw this excess fabric away. You don't need that for anything, so just throw it in the trash. So what you're going to have left here is something that looks like this. And people ask me, well, why don't you just cut an 1.5 inch bias strip and then press over 1/4 inch? And the reason is that trying to press a consistent 1/4 inch, especially with a biased edge, is very difficult and things get uneven, and it's just not as, you don't have that good crisp fold that you do when you press it in half. So this is what we have, and then you just stitch it onto the edge of your quilt, and you need to take time when you go on those inner curves and outer and ease in the fullness or stretch it a little on the outer curves, but it works really well. It's nice and stretchy. And so once you get that all sewn on, you're going to have something that looks like this. It's going to be sewed like that, and you're going to have this edge here. And so when you turn it over, you have this nice, beautiful, crisp edge that you can just fold over and stitch down, and it gives you a beautiful edge to your curved edge quilts. So for other tips like this, I hope you'll check out my classes on iquilt.